This is about your boating journey. It really is. Boat life balance with Captain Ned is something that we've created after many, many, many years of doing this, and um, also being a part of, you know, setting people off on wonderful boating journeys and being with them through that whole process from looking at boats to purchasing to training. And that's where we started out first, was in training, and onboard training. But and I've said it in 2 videos, but all too often you meet the right owner with the wrong boat. So that's why we've sort of branched in for you this section of this sort of what happens before the training, what happens before we meet people after they buy the boat. So we need to look at that as buyer advocates. And one of the biggest parts of buyer advocacy is the fourth pillar of the 4 pillars of boating. And let's go over them one more time. It's the lifestyle expectation, area of operation, ease of use, and budget. Let's talk that big B, budget. Okay, so budget is relative. It is always a big chunk of change. A boat is probably one of the most personal purchases you'll make outside of buying your house, the house you live in. It's more personal than buying property, because property investing and investments are all there to give you a return on investment. There's no return on investment, as you've heard me mention before, on boating. You need the return on lifestyle. If you're getting the return on lifestyle, the money doesn't become a secondary concern. It becomes that was a good purchase. And that's what we want to work with you to discover. That was a wise purchase. But it's this space, because we don't know what we don't know, there's this level of excitement and potential for future joy that is boating, equally matched with, what if I stuff this up? That's a very expensive experience and mistake to make. So let's talk about budget. Now, assuming that we've gone through the other pillars and we've looked at our lifestyle expectation, area of operation, and the ease of use, and we've gone, okay, this is all working, and we've got down to this sort of these platforms. We're going to call them platforms for now. I know boats are much... Look, I believe that boats are one of the things as humans we build that take on souls of their own. Like, I am a little bit nuts about boats. That's why I'm here. I'm mad about boats. So we'll call them lifestyle platforms, just for the sake of just curbing the enthusiasm for what you're looking at and not getting overexcited by all the bells and whistles and tinsel and things that go bing and bong and AIS and this radar, it's got that, and it's got Garmin, or it's got Raymarine, it's got it's a thing that opens at the back and shoots out rockets, whatever. So let's talk about budget, and let's be real about budget. Let's be really real about budget. Often I see people going, I've got this much, I'm going to look for a boat that's this big, and I'm going to go, okay, well, I can't really afford a new boat that's this big, so I'm going to look for a second-hand boat for this budget. You can do that, but you've got to be really, really smart about it and really clever about it, and not just assume that you can fix everything up. Okay, so if you're looking at new boats, you obviously, the obvious thing is like a warranty, and I've got all this protection, I've got all this nice cushy stuff, and you have. In some cases, not in all cases. If I'm looking at budget, I say to people, look, whatever you're looking at in your budget, include your first 12 to 24 months of boating. Include your first season of stress-free, hassle-free stuff. Include your fuel, include your berth, include your insurance. That's obvious stuff. I mean, you say, Ned, that's obvious. Of course we don't have insurance, we've got to have this. Include $1,000 per foot per annum for the first 12 months of maintenance. But I'm buying a 50-foot boat. You think I should put $50,000? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You should put 50 grand aside minimum to look after a 50-foot boat, whether it's a 50-foot boat worth 500,000 or 5 million. Yep, that's a not unrealistic price range depending on what you're looking at. From there, if you're looking at that first 12 to 24 months of boating, including the purchase of the boat, anything you've had to do to the boat before that, the due diligence. You might have to look at 3 or 4 boats beforehand before you get to the ones you want. Before you due diligence, you're going to want to try and do some preliminary walkthroughs with someone like myself or another skipper who knows their stuff, and they can go through and go sit down with you afterwards and have a coffee and say, look, this one's probably worth going the next level and doing the deposit and doing the pre-purchase inspection. Big difference between a pre-purchase inspection and an insurance assessment. Okay, insurance risk assessment. I digress, but I need to get that message out clearly. A pre-purchase assessment is an assessment of the vessel as found at that stage. It's not a roadworthy. It's not a certificate of seaworthiness. There is no such thing in this country. There's no such thing as a certificate of seaworthiness. Okay. So it's all about just reports and how you read them. So this is what, I mean, I don't mean to put fear into you with this. I'm just trying to impress upon you that, yes, you can be wise with your money and get into the right things. And then you go, how is this lifestyle platform? What do I need to do to it? And if I need to do anything to it, how does that affect my ease of use in the first 12 months? How does that affect the area of operation in the first 12 months? How does that affect my lifestyle expectation in the first 12 months? You see how it sort of budget runs back through those things. So those things are the filter that really help you identify your budget, because by the time you've come through the first 3 pillars, you're into the 4th pillar, which is budget, and you're going, okay, I really got this narrowed down to sort of 3 brands and 2 boats in each one of those brands, and I'm really narrowing down into things and really diving. And I've got a very clear picture of what my walkaways are, right? Your walkaways also come in budget. If you've set this budget parameter and you're going, okay, this is what I want to spend on the boat, and I don't want to spend a cent more on that. If I get it for this, I'm going to spend this to it. Or I'm going to get it for this, and I'm going to negotiate back to this so that I know that's what I want. Then I've got my first 12 months or 24 months of boating just sorted, absolutely sorted. The only thing I need right now when I take a hand over the boat and I actually put it in the marina the first time is the key. Everything else is done. And then I can actually just enjoy it. Yeah. So that's what, when we're looking at budget, that's what we do. So I'll do this for most people. Like, I've helped people find boats worth millions, and I've found people buy boats worth thousands. Yeah. It's all relative. It's always a big chunk of change, because I heard someone say, and it's a really unfair statement, that, you know, if you're going to buy an aeroplane or a boat or a caravan, be prepared to put that amount of money in the middle of the floor and set fire to it. No, that's, and that whole 2 best days to buy, the day you buy it, the day you sell it, and it's a hole in the water you throw money into. It's all said by people who've got the wrong thing. I don't say all, but it's mostly said by people who've been the wrong owner, or sorry, the right owner, wrong boat. Not wrong owner, right boat, but, you know, that very rarely happens. It's about a 50-50 split that over the years of being a boating instructor that I've found, that a lot of people who've got the right thing, done that sort of thing, but they've done a lot of research, and the people who are truly happy with their boats are the ones who've gone out and said, I'm at the limit of my knowledge here. Can I get some help over here, please? Before going through the sales process. No disrespect to brokers and dealers. Their job is to encourage you to move towards a buying decision that's mutually right for you, but also for them. This is the time when you need to 100% make sure this buying process is right for you 100%. I'm going to be a little bit dramatic here, but at the top of maritime law is this really simple clause that the responsibility of the captain is absolute. The moment you leave with that boat from the wharf, it's on you. You're 100% responsible for the safety of that boat and everybody on board her. Yep. So this is why we've now spent so much energy and developed the boat life balance, is because, and your boating lifeline. It's not so much in other parts of the world, but here in Australia, a lot of the onus is on you, especially in the second-hand market, 100% on you to really understand what you're getting yourself in for. And that's why, you know, boat life balance sort of evolved, and that's where we're at. So, but it's also about just being that boating lifeline out there with you, and just having that, you know, someone is a little bit secret weapon in the background at times. And this is why we hope this series will help you sort of blinkers off and see things. We're not just going to be all talking about boat buying and things like that. It's just the 4 pillars that we're going through now. We're going to go through a lot of other boating stuff, basically, and I'll try and change my shirt next time, okay? And give me some, ask questions about budget. Please just put them questions in. Really love it. Love reading these. They're just really cool, and we'll get back to you as soon as we humanly possible. Subscribe, like, subscribe, and share if you would be so kind. That would be fabulous. All right, happy boating. Bye for now.